Brenda Sanders Passmore, and welcome to Health Bites. Today I have Margaret Prouse with me. She's a home economist. She's going to give us tips and tricks on how to stretch our grocery budget. Thank you, and welcome to the show.
Thanks, Brenda.
Oh, really happy to have you here. So you've got some tips for me on how to save money at the grocery store and stretch our dollar, stretch our budget.
Yeah, I've got what I call the 3 top tips.
Okay.
Number 1 is learn to cook.
Yes.
Number 2 is plan your meals.
Mm-hmm.
And number 3 is use what you have.
Use what you have.
So learning to cook gives you so much more flexibility. You don't have to rely on convenience foods, already prepared food, so you can take advantage of what is available at the time. You can use foods like beans, peas, and lentils that are inexpensive sources of protein rather than using meats and fish, poultry all the time. You can learn a lot of different ways to use inexpensive products. For example, eggs are a really inexpensive protein source. And there are so many ways that you can prepare eggs if you just think of it. You don't just have to have a fried egg sandwich and that's it.
Oh, no, there's lots of different ways you can prepare eggs, for sure.
So learn to cook and then plan your meals. And when you're planning your meals, think of various things. Think of what you have on hand and using that. Think of what's in season and what's available to you. Think of what your schedule is going to be for the week, because sometimes you're not going to have a lot of time to cook on one day, but perhaps the day before you'll have plenty of time available. So think of making a make-ahead dish for that meal. And when you've got that, you've kind of got a tool that you can use to make your shopping list.
Right.
And so you plan your meals, you make your shopping list, and then you go to the store. Well, which store are you going to go to? You can go hop around from one store to another and follow the specials. There's even an app that you can get that will do some comparison shopping for you, for Charlottetown area, for example.
Sure.
If you've got time to do that, that's great. A lot of people feel they don't have time and they like to.
We're busy people. Our schedules are full, and it's a challenge for me to get to one grocery store, let alone several. So that's a bit of a challenge.
So it kind of helps to look at the flyers for that whatever store you go to when you're planning. Be sure that you don't get carried away. Sometimes you might find some produce at a good price, but you might purchase more than you can use. So that's not really a good use of your money either.
No.
Yeah.
But I think to prevent wastage and things like that, if you do have extra produce laying around, you can freeze, and you can even do dehydration and things like that as well too.
There are so many things you can freeze. Probably lettuce is about the only thing that really doesn't have any potential that way. In winter, it's a great idea to use seasonal winter vegetables like the root crops and so on, rather than buying imported ones that are somewhat more expensive. And that goes back to learning to cook, because there's all kinds of preparations for these things. You don't just have to have boiled potatoes and mashed carrots, or mashed potatoes and boiled carrots, whatever.
Yeah.
You can change things around if you have.
Absolutely. Variety's the spice of life.
Yeah.
Good. Well, thank you so much for joining me. And now you know how to stretch your budget a little bit further. Thanks for joining us. This is Health Bites. If you want to subscribe to our channel, you'll get a weekly video for you every week. I look forward to seeing you. Take care. Bye now.